Hello, this message is going to our Tuscan Gardens residents, family members, and loved ones. It is April 23rd, 2020, and it's my weekly message to you all. Let me just go through, first of all, what you all already know based upon prior videos. Everything that we have been doing, we continue to do. We continue to have all of the same protocols for both our associates and our residents. We're continuing to provide in-room food service, if you will, suite room service. We're continuing to bring our residents now outside. It's supervised care by one of our associates, obviously with the masks on, to make sure that they're safe outside. We have incorporated activities inside the suite, as in their suites, as well as physical exercise opportunities there. We are continuing to provide visual contact with family members through virtual reality, right? Through Zoom calls, through videos like this, and all of the various types of phone opportunities with our smartphones that we've got today. We are continuing to encourage them to use the Capture Your Story. And by the way, not only because now is a great time to do that since they're in their suites for the predominant portion of the day, but also because we find that it's both mentally, emotionally, intellectually an appropriate thing to do to keep them active and to keep them also engaged, if you will, with their pasts and with their loved ones through the Capture Your Story program. If you have not encouraged the use of that for your residents, or as a resident, if you haven't done it, I strongly encourage you to do that. So that's pretty much the history. Having said that, I want to talk to you just a little bit about a concern that I've got. We all read the same newspapers, we all listen to the same shows, and we know what's happening at this point on a state level. We're located here in the state of Florida. You know, the reality is that politicians have their own agendas. And some politicians want to see the economy back working again for their own political reasons. Having said that, not all, but some. And having said that, the simple reality is that nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We are in the same situation we were last week, this week. And so I want to encourage you to read those newspaper articles and to listen to the news and to listen to those people who are out there attempting to change things to get back to normal. But the reality is we're a long way away from getting back to normal. So today is not the day. Tomorrow, probably not. Next week, we will incorporate some minor changes, but it might be a month. And so we all have to recognize that that's the case. We were at Tuscan Gardens the first, not the first, but pretty close to the first in the state to lock down. And I'm not telling you that we're going to be the last in the state to open back up, but we're not going to open back up until such time as it's safe. We see lots of things in the horizon, and they're wonderful things. You know, we have more masks today than we had a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and 3M is spitting those things out as fast as they can manufacture them. We have lots of opportunities. There are all kinds of medical and pharmaceutical companies that are out there at this point in time who are providing a number of different types of potential treatments, potential therapies, and potential vaccines. But again, that's not today. It's coming in the horizon. And we're manifestly aware of exactly what's going on, not everywhere in the entire country, but certainly those people who are reaching towards the home stretch with respect to some of those particular panels that they are now currently testing. And speaking of testing, when we first started, that testing was 8 to 10 days before you could even get a result. Now they're down to 48 hours before you can get lab results. Please understand that's just the ongoing process of time. And it's that process that we all have to experience together. Just recognize that the safety, the well-being of our residents and our associates are paramount to us. And it's dispositive of anything else that we could possibly be considered. We know and we believe that Tuscan Gardens is sanctuary, and it has continued to be sanctuary specifically because we are providing this type of care and this type of associate in just embracing of the residents who are there. So I appreciate your patience and your goodwill. I say all this to you because I just don't want you to be knocked off your game. We are living with an invisible enemy, and we need to make sure that we protect ourselves from that invisible intruder. And I know that we can do that with God's help and with your patience. And with both of those things, we will get through this, and we'll get through this together. But it does take fortitude, and it does take patience and perseverance. And for that, I thank you so much for being in there with us. And I wish you the very best, and God bless you at every level for your families, as well as for the loved ones that we have the honor of being able to take care of. Thank you, and have a good day. I will see you next week.